Well, we all know this, relationships, they can be difficult. And there is an event tomorrow night at Summerfield Farms that is trying to help us all navigate those waters and avoid the toxic relationships. Now, most of us may know Stephanie Quayle as a local musician here who's done everything from performing at the Grand Ole Opry to recording incredible music, but it's all about her book right now. Tomorrow night, she's hosting an event with another author and expert to help us figure out pesky relationship issues. I caught up with her today to talk about the event and what's coming up. So Stephanie, this place will be a little bit different tomorrow night. Like, this is a big event. So let's talk about what this will look like and the whole feel of the event tomorrow.
I'm so excited for tomorrow because we have Dr. Keith Campbell coming in, as well as Moira Casaba doing a moderation. So this is going to be a conversation, a Q&A, and then of course a little country music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we talk about like why you started this? Because you and I had a conversation on the phone recently about this. So there's a piece of you in this conversation.
Absolutely. So the book, Why Do We Stay, is really a guide. So we turned this somewhat memoir into a self-help book with the help of Keith Campbell. So there's the authority in my story, and there's his expertise to really guide young people and people of all ages what not to do. And I did all the what not to do's. So we want others to make new mistakes and not make the ones I made.
All of us have been there. All
yes,
of us.
yes,
and he's an expert, you said, in narcissism, right?
Narcissism, yes, he actually is a professor, and he's been teaching about this and talking about this for over 15 years. So to have him in our room, to be able to ask him questions, I have so many questions, you know, and I wrote the book with him. So it's really exciting just to have the information. I think we're inundated by social media and little fragments of what to do, but this is, you know, the expert, get it right the first time.
And I love what you said, that it really starts with young people.
Yes,
I mean, anybody can get something out of this, but it starts at what age?
1,000%. You know, I think of our teens, you know.
Yeah.
When I fell into my first toxic relationship, which I talk about, I was in my early 20s, and I didn't have a book. I didn't have the terminology or what the terminology actually means. You know, we throw around words like narcissist or toxic, but to really understand how that happens, how to avoid it, and how to protect yourself.
So we hope we have light bulb moments tomorrow, is what you're saying, right?
I'm so looking forward to it, because that's the greatest gift I can give back, is really, you know, those years I'll never get back. But if someone else learns a little bit faster, is able to truncate that healing and really get the information and support, then it makes it all worth it.
Perfect. We love it. Thank you for letting us come in. Yes,
Appreciate
absolutely.
I like the way she said that at the end too. You know, we've covered a lot, and I don't know if this was her situation necessarily, but we've talked a lot with domestic violence survivors. Narcissism is a huge piece in a lot of those relationships. I think this is a great conversation, whether you're going through that yourself or whether you're just going through, you know, what is a challenging relationship. I think this is great, and I think this needs to be talked about.
And to me, mental abuse is violence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so if you say domestic violence, that's not always physical.
Right. Yeah.
But I do think that conversation, she is bringing an expert. She's going to share her story. She'll also sing and do some of her music, because that's kind of a healing thing as well. And there'll be food and drinks there. But that's a live Q&A that I think everybody could benefit from.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes a lot of people talk through their problems when it comes to counseling, but then there are a large group of people who don't prefer to go to counseling for whatever reason. Yeah. But I think this is a great, a different way to be able to listen with people, talk with people, if you don't want to go, you know, the counseling route. So it definitely seems like a comfortable position to
and I think go ahead.
I was going to say, and talk about a support system. You see everyone who shows up.
Right,
They're all there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And music heals, you know, so she's going to be doing some of that as well.
That's
All right,
what I'm talking about.
Take a short break. We'll be
Music
right back.
does heal.
It does.